Okay, finally, what we want to do is fix up the forms, our anchor tags, and our images. So just to give more indication and clearness of what each thing does, we can clarify this by adding the labels for the names and the inputs and the buttons and all of the other good stuff. So let's start off with this form. Again, one way we can make this more accessible that we saw is when we click on this label, it automatically jumps into our input here. So what we can do is, let me quickly navigate back here, and we're going to go to our HTML and let's scroll down to our form. So what we want to do here is we add a label for the name, and we want to make sure that the ID here, let's say ID equals the 4 that we gave up here. So we're going to say name, hit save. Let's take a look. And now when we click here, it automatically jumps us into this form tag. Perfect. So let's do the same with the email. Let's jump in here, email form for email, and we're going to add an ID of email. All right. So that's step one. Another step is that we should clearly indicate the issues that we have whenever we submit a form. So right now, as you can see, you have please fill out this form. So we added that as well. Please fill out this form. And thankfully with HTML5, if we add all of these different indicators like required, that's gonna automatically throw us an indication of what's wrong with our form. Now let's take a look at images. So all the images should have a good alternative text. So let's see here, we have our footer here with our image, source, and alternative. So we should have a Twitter link here. And here we should have a YouTube link, or we can say YouTube social media, like this. All right, and we can just copy paste this and add everything down here as well. And now we can replace this with YouTube and also Instagram. Okay, hit save. So now in case our image doesn't load, or for screen readers, it's clearly gonna indicate what this does. Okay, so that's step one. We add the alternatives. And another thing we can do on the anchor tags is to add a title. So we can say title, and we can, I'm just gonna copy and paste this because it's good. Paste, hit save. So now when we're gonna hover over one, I believe I added it to this. As you can see, we also have that pop-up to give more indication of what that link is gonna do. So let's do the same here. And now you can change this to YouTube. And here we can also add the title and change this to Twitter. There we go. So it gives more indication, as you can see now. There we go. That's lovely. All right. We can go all the way up here. Now, in cases that you have these images that are purely based for decoration, so like these clouds, all right, they don't really have a purpose. It's just there to make this look cool. Then you can leave an empty alt tag. All right. Don't add any alternatives to that. So we have clouds here. Where is it? Cloud. All right. We can add an alt and just leave nothing in here. All right. You still make sure you want to add the alt, but don't add anything to it. So there we go. Just like that. Perfect. So we have fixed that as well. Now there's a tool that you can check. If you press F12, we can go to accessibility, turn on, and we can actually search for text labels as well. And there we go. We don't have any issues. Let's see overall. We can search for all of the issues and we are perfectly fine. However, let's remove maybe one of these alternative tags here. Get rid of this, hit save, and it should actually throw us an error. All issues. So as you can see, it says, hey, this graphic doesn't have any label. Oh no, that's not good. It must be labeled. So we can go back here and add the alternative tag, and then we are good. So let's do it again. All issues. and we have no issues anymore. So again, just to clarify again, make sure when you have images, you add alternative text to them. In case your image is purely decorative, you want to make sure you still add an alt tag, but you can leave it empty. Okay, when it comes to form, make sure you add the for on the labels and the ID. You want to also make sure that it suggests messages of what's wrong, what's happening with it in case the form is not working. You don't want to just hit submit and something's not working and you have zero idea of why it's not working. You want to give clear indicators. So a message like that is perfectly fine. Now, if you're working with JavaScript, you can add a H1 as well to pop up to basically give you a summary of all the errors that you might be facing. So you might not want to rely on this HTML5 error checker here. You can actually add a H1 that tells basically even the screen readers what problem it is on the page. So you can add more text up here. Okay, but for now, this is completely fine.